You pour a drink on a Friday night, not because you need it, just because that's what Friday feels like now. That is not a choice anymore. That is a pathway your brain built. And what happens when you stop feeding it is one of the most surprising things neuroscience has documented in the last decade. This is what actually happens.
Day by day.
Day one. The first thing you notice is not relief, it is restlessness. Your brain has been using alcohol to trigger dopamine, the reward chemical, artificially. When the alcohol stops, the dopamine does not immediately return to normal. It drops. The brain that was getting its reward delivered externally now has to remember how to produce it on its own. That process takes time. So on day one, you feel flat, slightly irritable, like something is missing that you cannot name. That feeling is not weakness. That is your brain recalibrating. Day three, sleep gets worse before it gets better. Alcohol feels like it helps you sleep. It does not. It sedates you, which is different. Real sleep has architecture, cycles of deep sleep and REM sleep that your brain uses to process memory, regulate emotion, and repair itself. Alcohol collapses that architecture. You get unconsciousness instead of sleep. By day three without alcohol, your brain begins rebuilding its natural sleep cycles. The transition is uncomfortable. You wake more. You dream more vividly, sometimes disturbingly so. But something real is being rebuilt while you lie there restless. Day 7. 1 week in, something shifts. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision making, impulse control, and emotional regulation, begins recovering measurable function. Brain imaging studies show actual structural changes within the first week of sobriety, not metaphorical changes, measurable ones. You start noticing it as a slight but real increase in mental clarity. Thoughts feel less foggy. Reactions feel slightly more considered. The version of you that exists at day 7 is already neurologically different from the version that poured that drink on day 1. Day 14. Your skin changes. Alcohol is a diuretic. It dehydrates every cell in your body, including the ones in your face. It also disrupts sleep, which is when skin repairs itself. By day 14, people around you start noticing something is different before they can say what it is. Your face looks slightly more rested. Your eyes are clearer. This is not cosmetic. This is your body redistributing resources it was previously spending on processing poison. Day 30. A 2018 study published in the British Medical Journal followed people who stopped drinking for 1 month. What they found after 30 days was striking. Liver fat reduced by up to 15%. Blood glucose levels dropped significantly. Sleep quality scores improved dramatically. And perhaps most surprisingly, levels of two cancer-related growth factors in the blood dropped measurably. 1 month, not 1 year. 1 month. But the change that most people report at day 30 is not in a lab result. It is quieter than that. The background noise goes down. The low-level anxiety that felt like just the way life was. Slightly less. The restlessness that you thought was your personality, slightly quieter. It turns out some of what felt like you was the alcohol. And some of what is left when it goes is also you. Just a version you forgot was there. Like and subscribe to the channel if you want to follow with these interesting stories.